Boozy Blueprints. We are back. This is actually our first episode that is going to be a clean episode. You got a problem with that? I mean,
I sure as fuck do.
If you got a problem with that, just speak up now.
I object.
I object. We got a buddy that Zach Egan, shout out to Zach Egan out of St. Clair. He always tries to listen to the podcast with his kids in the car, and he makes it about 10 seconds in. So I'm trying to keep it as clean as possible for as long as possible for that guy's sake. So, and his kids' sake. I mean, who knows? If they listen to the rest of the podcast, they're going to grow up to be quite the individuals.
And they sure as shit know what a gangbang is.
Oh my gosh. Why? Every podcast. We didn't even make it in like 2 minutes.
Charlie, I'm going to need you to stop licking your nuts. Thank you.
That's unbelievable. That's a question for all the Spotify listeners. We should make a poll on Spotify. If you could lick your own nuts, would you? Charlie said yes. Charlie says yes.
Charlie's like, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
you
like,
don't get it.
Let me tell you guys, the freedom of being able to lick your own nuts. We try to keep it as clean as possible. I'm sorry, Zach. You're on your own. You're going to have to listen to it without the kids. But listen, we are back. It is Boozy Blueprints. We got Josh Myers. Holy shit, that's a lot of throw up. Dude, in the middle of a podcast? Don't sniff it, dude. Don't... He's looking at it confused. He's like, where'd that come from?
Like, I can eat that.
Bro, that came out of your mouth. Can we get that cleaned up before we like get moving on this? Or like,
we're gonna already need a recess.
What is going on?
Oh shit. Charlie, what the fuck?
Dude, we're podcasting.
Guess we're taking a break.
All right,
recess.
Break time it is.
We'll be back.
Break time, we will be back.
Charlie, party foul.
Unbelievable. And we're back. And we're back.
I'm back.
You can't make this up. I mean, that is before even the intro. Dinner.
Charlie. The fuck, bro?
Bro. What the fuck? Tell me you didn't want us to podcast tonight without telling me you didn't want us to podcast
And
tonight.
that's what I think of your fucking podcast. Charlie, join the club.
Wait, that's unbelievable. Hey, listen, you know what? What's important is we're back.
We're back.
It's Boozy Blueprints. Charlie's already had one too many. But we're back.
So is Maddie.
So is Maddie. Maddie's a little tickly turnt. We got Josh Myers. We got Maddie Churchill. We've been pre-gaming before this. Hey, what are you sniffing, bro? Relax.
He's stuck.
Get away from my drink with your throw-up breath. Brother, man, what the hell? We're back. We're back. And we're going to let Maddie take over this podcast because apparently she's got a whole list of notes that she wants to talk about today that I don't know anything about.
These, can I pull my phone out?
Nah.
No.
Yeah, please do.
These are notes that we've collected amongst the bars and shit that we've decided we're going to talk about on the podcast.
Well, first and foremost, let's talk about what happened last week.
We're alive. I know that.
Barely.
I'm alive.
Barely.
You were fucking fine by the end of it.
Oh, I was.
That one chip didn't affect you at all for very long. It was 3 hours later, my whole face still burned.
I laid down at one point, and at one point my tummy kind of felt a little bit odd, but I got up, got rid of it. But Maddie, she was like, I had to keep checking her pulse. She went to bed, and she didn't wake up for 4 hours.
But yet I kept waking up periodically, like with with like worse pain that I went to bed with. It was weird. And the fucked up part is a week after we did that challenge, Packy pulled every single one chip for 2023 because somebody fucking died doing the challenge. If I would have seen that shit prior to us doing the challenge, fuck it. Amazon, take them back because I'm good.
Yeah, 0% chance.
I felt like I was going to fucking die. I didn't know what the fuck was wrong. I felt like I could just feel it inside my body. And it was like the worst pain I've ever felt in my body, ever.
You threw up the next day.
I did. A lot.
We went out for breakfast and we grabbed some food, and we come back and she's like, "How do you feel okay?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
You're like, so it was fucking 12 hours ago?
Yeah,
I'm like, food made it worse.
Yeah, I'm like, I have no fucking idea. But I'm telling you right now, I'm chilling.
I almost called off work that night because I physically felt like I couldn't do it. Like that shit fucked me up for 3 days straight.
But yeah, I mean that chip was just it wasn't fun for the period of going through it, and it wasn't fun having to take care of Maddie afterwards. Just 1 out of 10, don't recommend.
The footage is fucking hilarious, but I would never, ever, ever in my life do that shit ever again.
But the good news is we're alive.
We're alive and
We're
we
still
live to tell the
kicking.
tale.
Oh yeah. I mean, my system might be a little fucked up still.
There's a hole in my intestines. There's probably multiple holes in my intestines.
We're not talking about what happened 2 days ago.
Well, now we have to talk about what happened 2 days ago. Why don't you tell them? That was your experience.
So what kind of notes do you have in your app?
I don't know where my phone is.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's right next to you, right to your left. It looks like you just shoved it underneath your body.
How about you tell them what happened 2 days ago?
We had a little mistake. You know, I did. Driving down the road.
It's because you put too much trust in things.
I put too much trust in things. I do trust things a lot.
Things, people, bodily functions.
It's important to trust.
I feel like the people know where we're going with this.
Moving on. Hey, you know what? Let's move on from this situation. Let's talk about something new. Maybe we talk about something embarrassing about you.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me check my notes app real quick. Oh, look. The next line is shitting your pants on 96. That's convenient.
You're fucked up.
No, the next thing is actually the missing submarine conspiracy. Have anything to say? I don't know when the fuck we wrote this down, but apparently we
Holy
wrote it down.
smokes.
Just going right into it. Like, people died, Maddie.
Yeah, we were going to talk about that before they found out what actually happened.
I thought so.
You know what's crazy about that, though, is like they do have that audio footage. And I know that that's not the actual audio footage of it. Like, yeah, exactly. And it's so crazy to me, just like,
How quick?
boom, to think about that. Like, it would have been so quick you wouldn't even have known that it happened.
Exactly. That'd be
That's the route
that's
to
a
go.
good way to go.
Yeah, but they say that, like, I don't know. I watched a video once where they were talking about how, like, in the process of them going, like, they would have known that they got to get back up. Like, hey, things are failing. So, like, the way that they made it sound is like the carbon fiber would have been cracking. And if the carbon fiber would have been started cracking, they would know that it's like, hey, we got to get out of this situation, like, quick. So it might have been one of those things where, like, they knew that that there was a possibility of it happening, but they wouldn't have actually felt it happening, which is kind of crazy.
Seeing what I seen is that seconds before they started getting like an oven, basically. Like, the deeper they got, the hotter it was, and it got to an unbearable temperature. And as soon as it reached a certain temperature, yeah,
Dust.
I don't know. This is what TikTok tells me.
Oh, TikTok's always wrong.
Is it?
If you guys are watching this on TikTok, just unbelievable.
Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Fuck
kidding. We
you.
love you, TikTok.
We do love TikTok.
Sometimes.
Okay.
When they get in my For You page, right?
That was your own damn fault.
I don't know. Yesterday, I was freaking out a little bit. I'm like, what the fuck happened to my For You page? I'm like, this is nothing like I usually get. I'm like, none of this is entertaining to me. And then I realized, I'm on fucking Boozy Blueprints account.
It happens.
It's okay.
You didn't like any videos though, did you?
No.
Good, because then it would be like, it would really mess up the algorithm on that account.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I like a fresh account.
Fresh. We don't like you, but you like us. Exactly.
Exactly. I don't know what that was supposed to mean, but exactly.
Exactly.
I like the sounds of that.
Did
But
I
let's move
already
on.
talk about shitting and throwing up at the same time? Did I skip over this one?
Is that even a ooh,
I don't know. It's written down in the notes app. We wrote it down at a bar somewhere.
no. I was
Shitting and
not
throwing
there.
up at the same time.
That is something that you thought on your own.
Basically,
I was not there for that.
Basically, the one chip challenge. You guys seen it all last week. Okay, moving on. Josh,
What?
what else do you do besides photography?
DJ?
Exactly.
I
Let's talk about your DJ voice.
I do not have a DJ
You
voice.
have a DJ voice. There's been multiple times when I'm walking into the venue, like to watch you or be present with you while you DJ.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who the fuck is on the mic right now? And I look and it's fucking Josh. You have a completely different voice when you DJ.
I don't think so.
Give us a little sample.
I
think
don't
it's
know
gonna
how to
sound
give
different.
it a little, it's like, how do I get
Tell
into
everybody
that?
to go to the dance floor. For Mr. and Mrs. Who the fuck ever. Pretend
Tell
like you're
everybody
DJing.
to go to the dance floor?
Pretend like you're DJing a wedding. So I remember this was the first time it happened to me. We were at fucking City Flats, and you're like, come hang out with me while I DJ this wedding. And I'm like, okay. So I walk into City Flats trying to find the ballroom, and I'm like, well, I hear somebody talking like on the mic, and it's
Yeah.
clearly the DJ, but there's no fucking shot in hell. That's Josh. Like, that's got to be a different wedding. So I'm still walking around, and this DJ's still fucking talking, announcing shit. And then Josh comes around the corner of that fucking ballroom that the other DJ was talking in, but it wasn't another DJ. It was Josh. And I felt like I met a whole different side of you that night.
Yeah, but what was I saying? Because you got to understand, like,
You were literally just announcing shit, like you would at a typical wedding. Like, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. and Mrs. Who the fuck ever. Or, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a send-off outside in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, but you got to understand, like, when I'm DJing, like, when people come up to me and, like, give me something, they're like, hey, can you go ahead and, like, announce this on the mic? Like, it's not something that I have to think about beforehand. It's, like, something that I pick the mic up and, boom, I just start talking. And whatever the hell comes out of my mouth is what comes out of my mouth. I mean, literally, one time I was trying to kick everybody out of the ballroom before because the couple wanted a last dance in the ballroom, but they just wanted it between the two of them. They wanted everybody outside. And I got on the mic and I'm like, okay, at this time, the bride and groom want to have a special last dance. And so we need everybody to exit the venue at this time. And so everybody's like, oh, okay, you know, but people kept like hanging around saying goodbye to the bride and groom. And I'm like, got on the mic. I'm like, you guys don't get it. Like at this time, we need everybody to exit the ballroom, you know? And so I told everybody, I said, listen, there's board games out in the hallway. Like, you guys want to play some board games? Everybody looks at me and they're like, board games? And I'm like, board games. And they're like, shit, yeah, let's fucking go, you know? So everybody goes walking out into the hallway. And I wanted to give the bride and groom some space. And so I go walking out in the hallway and sure as shit, everybody's out there like, dude, you're the DJ, right? And I'm like, nah, don't know what you're talking
Where
about.
the fuck are the board games?
Yeah, they're like, where's the board games? I'm like,
I'm looking too.
I'm like, what? Is there board games out? I'm like, that's unbelievable. But I guess like, I don't really think about the voice. I don't really think about what I'm saying. But if I was to be like announcing, like give me something to announce. Tell me like, hey, can you go ahead and announce that something? Give me something.
Announce that we're playing the last song in 20 minutes.
I would never make an announcement like that.
Yes, you fucking would. You're like, hey guys, the last song's coming up right about now. Shit like that.
And that's exactly what I sound like on the mic. That was it. I don't know. How did you do that so perfectly?
Because I've heard it enough times. It's your alter ego.
No, that's not what I sound like. First of all, I would never announce a last song 20 minutes early. That's asking for people to leave. But
well,
I would.
then don't ask me for something to give you.
But I would sit there and I would say, I would say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this time we got 2 more songs left, and we'd like to ask everybody to come out onto the dance floor and join us and help us celebrate. Or I'm a little drunk. Relax. I'm a little bit drunk.
You're always drunk at weddings.
But I would say we're going to let's help celebrate their last couple songs as a married couple here tonight. You know, whatever, Mr. and Mrs. Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia.
Where's that from?
Isn't that a country? Yugoslavia? Slavia.
Sounds like another name for phlegm.
It wasn't phlegm. It was flack. I was giving her flack. Flack.
Flack is whack.
Flack. Can we talk about the sangria that you had earlier?
Jesus fucking Christ. Let's do it. So it was sangria wine.
Sangrita.
Wine.
It's sangria.
Sangria? What did I say?
Sangrita.
Where the fuck's the D?
Listen.
Nope, not a word. Not a word.
Don't make me start.
Yeah, no, I had this wine.
I've heard that too many times.
Sangria wine.
Yeah, but where's the D? I'm like, it's there. You just gotta play with it a little bit.
15.9%. Did I know prior to asking for it? No, I didn't. I seen her pour the bottle, and she takes it out of the wine bucket, and she pours it, and I'm like, the fuck? And
I look
I'm like,
over, and she's literally upside down
and I'm
reading
like,
the bottle.
I really hope that says 1.51%. Nope. Okay. I'm like, yep, I'm fucked. This was after what? Already 2 tequila claws, whatever the fuck those were called.
Oh, the Jose Cuervo?
Yes, those.
Cuervo.
Yes, but they were seltzers.
Cuervo.
Cuervo.
Chickadoo.
Cardi.
Cardi.
Yeah, no, that sent me over the edge. And you kept asking, you're like, oh, you want another drink? And I'm like, mm-mm. And you're like, oh, you want to leave, don't you? Loud as fuck. And I'm like, shut up. I'm just going to puke.
That's not true.
I'm going to puke. Shush.
The reason why I said you want to leave so loudly is because I as well wanted to leave. And I was trying to make it a point known to everybody around us that kept wanting to have conversation with us that like, oh, you want to leave? Okay, we can get out of here, you know? Hoping that they were like, oh, you guys are getting out of here? And it's like, no, they didn't. They just kept talking.
I don't know why, but everybody knows us. It's very hard because the people that come up to us are like, oh, we've seen you around. Like, I hate to say this, but I've never seen you in my life.
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
I really don't. Like, I couldn't even take a guess at your name. I mean, you look like a Cheryl, but you're not a Cheryl. I tried. The other guy looked like a Mike. I don't think he was a Mike.
Hello. They were talking about your boots and everything. They were like, oh my gosh, your boots are so pretty. Yeah. And we wanted to buy your boots off like you the other night.
A week ago. Not that I'm offended by any means. I just I had no idea who these people were.
It was crazy. Yeah, that was a little bit. But they seemed fun.
Oh, they were fun.
Yeah, I could see us getting along with them very well. There's a lot of people out there that like I can sit there and meet out at bars or meet at networking events and stuff where I'm like, I could get along with these people. You know what I mean? I'd like to invite you guys out to a bar right now. But then there's other people out there that it's like, you know, they might be sitting there looking at us like, hey, we should go on, we should go out drinking sometime. And I'm like looking at them like, nah, not my style. Not my fit. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with you guys. Like, hey, I like having conversation with you guys and talking to you guys and whatnot, but like, nah.
What about the couple that was like, hey, we should all go hang out, the 4 of us, but also we don't drink? I'm like,
nah.
No hate, but.
Well, they did talk about like board games and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, if we went to like somebody's house, you know what I mean? Played some board games and stuff. But like at the end of the day, like, do they not drink out at bars? Do they drink at home? Or is it something where they just like strictly just don't drink? Because
I guarantee you they strictly don't drink.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. You just can't be friends with us. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm not judging whatsoever.
Not judging.
I know plenty of people that decide not to drink, and it's none of my business why they don't drink, you know. But at the end,
Us, like every other month for like 2 days.
for like 2 days,
For like 2 days.
we try. We
Like,
try.
we're gonna go sober.
Yeah.
Okay, we're done.
Yeah, it's literally like we're gonna eat at home every single night, and then the next night it's like, shit, man, you want to go to Wings or what? You know, like damn, like I need some food. But with saying that, like, let's face it, there's something about restaurant food that's just like I love home cooked meals, but I feel like at restaurants they just load that shit up with butter, and it's like crack. You know what I mean? It's like you eat out at restaurants like often, it's like it's crack.
See, and that's the shit I don't like.
It's terrible for you.
I don't know why. I feel like I don't know if it's like a mental thing. Like I know how much fucking butter's in this, or like I just don't like the taste. Like I don't know. I prefer to eat at home.
Yeah. I like eating at home. I mean, the dinners that you've been making for me have been absolutely stellar. I mean, unbelievably phenomenal.
Think so?
Absolutely. 100%. And it's not something that necessarily like, I don't even know where you got the recipes from. It's not something that I would just like Google and find the recipe and be like, oh, this is something I'm going to go out and make. Like when I lived on my own, it was lasagna, baked ziti, which is like lasagna, just different
In
noodles.
noodle form?
Yeah. And then there was macaroni and cheese, hamburgers, brats, steak, milk. Sometimes I just had milk for dinner. But that was my repertoire of food. You know what I mean? But when I look up recipes, it's like I don't like dirtying a bunch of dishes. When I cook, the thing about me when I cook, I can't do two things at once. Right? So if you're like trying to boil noodles and cook meat at the same time, forget about it. Not for me. I can't do it. There's too many things going on. I lose track of times. And next thing you know, it's just like a jumbled mess. And so for me, it's like I like the one pot shit. You know what I mean? It's like when I'm looking up recipes and stuff, it's like give me some one pot shit. And every single one pot dish is like chicken Alfredo or like cracked chicken or like chicken this or chicken that or chicken this. And it's just like, shit, dog. I'm just gonna if I'm gonna eat chicken every day, I might as well eat it at Wings.
Cost you a fuck ton more.
Yeah. Well, would it?
It
Chicken is
would.
expensive nowadays.
I paid $15 for the 9 breast pack of chicken.
And we do like breast.
How many nights is that gonna last you?
Anywho, moving on. Chicken breast, not chicken breast. No, Maddie's meals have been absolutely phenomenal. Not something that you would typically look up to cook as a recipe, but they've been absolutely phenomenal.
I'm glad you enjoy them.
What was it? Chili mac? Mm-hmm. Delicious.
Good?
What was the other one?
I don't know. I think it was chicken and Spanish rice. That was it.
Delicious. I loved it. And salsa. There was salsa.
Salsa. I made salsa.
It was beautiful.
Cowboy caviar is what we call it. It's my favorite recipe from when I was little. Like my favorite dinner recipe. Not dinner, but like an appetizer.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's weird about me?
What?
Growing up, I hated vegetables. To this day, still hate vegetables. But growing up, I hated vegetables. Hated sauerkraut. Can we cut to your angle on that? Holy smokes, that was quite the yawn.
Why do I always do that when you're talking?
You know, it's
This
a problem.
is part 2.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
But so I hated sauerkraut, but my favorite dish growing up, and it was one of those dishes that like every single year on my birthday, my parents would make it, was sauerkraut and kielbasa. But I hated sauerkraut. I would literally pick the kielbasa out of the sauerkraut and just eat kielbasa. Why my parents didn't just like make kielbasa, I don't know. But it was my favorite dish. Nowadays, I like sauerkraut. So sauerkraut and kielbasa, love it.
Okay.
If you made sauerkraut and kielbasa, I might. You're waiting on a ring to make sauerkraut and kielbasa.
That sounds like wife shit to me. That sounds like wife shit.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'll call up my cousins tomorrow. Because I'm in the mood for some sauerkraut.
You want your cousins to do wife shit? Okay. I didn't realize you were from Alabama.
They own a jewelry store?
In Alabama?
No. Ohio? The hell?
Like one of those fucking Amish towns or something?
Pretty much. You should see it. Wait, I'll take you down there one day. You'll be like, you literally be like, this is.
Was it anywhere near Dundee?
Who the fuck is Dundee?
Dundee, Michigan is where I thought I was buying my sweet puppy Charlie from. Bought the dog online, called the lady from Greenfield Puppies. She's like, yeah, come get the dog. And she's listing off the address. And she's like, Dundee, OH. And I'm like, you mean MI? She's like, no, OH. And then gives off some fucking some zip code I've never heard of. And I'm like, what the fuck did I just do? So if you're buying a puppy online, you should probably check the state first. Because my 2-hour drive turned into a fucking 8-hour drive. Real fucking quick. 8 hours there and then another 8 hours back.
Ohio?
8
hours?
It was deep.
Like by Columbus? Because that's where they're at. Hey, my parents keep blowing me up. You mind if I answer this right here?
Go for it.
Right here live on the air? Are we doing this? Are we actually?
Don't tell them.
They keep trying to FaceTime me, and I don't know what's going on.
Put them in the road system.
I'm going to right now.
Let's not tell them we're on a podcast.
No, never. Why would we?
Exactly. I like the way you think.
Oh, shit. There we go.
Don't big guy me, big guy.
Come on, don't big guy me, big guy. Let's go. What you up to?
I just got out of work, man. I went and did a staircase for a guy, Nathan Natzel, your cousin.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, and I'm just getting done. So I'm going to go see Mom and Brooke over there at Mom, Brooke, and Mike and the baby. And I just wanted to know what you thought of the baby.
I think it's a baby. It's a baby.
Oh, it's not a baby. Yes, it's a baby, but no, it's not just a baby.
No, it's a cute baby. I think that's awesome for him. I'm super excited for him.
I'm sure you've held it already.
No, I didn't go over there last night because I've been a little bit under the weather and I didn't want to.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
We got Maddie on the line too, in case you're wondering.
Hello.
What's up, sweetheart?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I
Good.
just finished a stairway for Nathan,
Oh.
and yeah, so that's off my plate. I was gonna do it Saturday morning, and I'm like, I got other plans for Saturday morning, like
Oh, well, now you get to enjoy
working
your
at
Saturday.
Grandpa's house.
Yeah, for
What's
sure.
that? Well, I got to work at Grandpa's on Saturday, but that's enjoyable though. Come on.
Oh, come on. That's always fun.
I'm a grandpa. When you guys come over to my house and work, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so enjoyable.
Oh yeah. We always have fun. We always have fun helping you out.
Yeah, absolutely. So I took Mom home a monster cookie the other day, and I'm like, hey, what'd you do with the monster cookie? And she said, well, I ate some of it. I'm like, yeah, where's the rest of it? You know what I mean? It's like, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You know what I mean? So then I start thinking about Charlie, and I'm like, Charlie wants to bite me, but if I start feeding Charlie, like if I show up at your house every day and actually start putting the food in the bowl, then maybe he'll like me more.
Oh yeah. It's not that he doesn't like you. He gets excited to see you. He just thinks it's a trap. He comes up and he's like, whoa, wait a minute.
He's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
Oh, so he does like me.
He absolutely loves you. He just likes when you try very hard.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, I like that. I like that. See, I never. That's a different angle at this, and I'm like, I'm all in on that one. All right. Well, I just was, yeah. I don't want to bother you and stuff like that, but
No,
I
no big
won't
deal.
keep you. I'm at Brook and Mike's now, so I'm gonna go in and see them for a handful of minutes and get my butt home and
Okay.
get some sleep.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna be finishing up this podcast in about 30 minutes or so. So I can give you a call back afterwards. So
I love you.
you're on the podcast right now. You're on Boozy Blueprints.
I didn't know that, so I'm gonna go now.
Alrighty, I love you.
Love you.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Bye.
We gotta do like a whole episode where we just prank call people.
Let's do it.
Who you calling? We don't have to call people. I don't know.
We got to call my dad at some point because the phone call I took prior to the podcast, I was fucking with him. I'm like, yeah, I was doing the podcast. And he's like, fuck, am I on the podcast? And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, not yet. And he's like, good, because the day that I'm on the fucking podcast, he's like, you guys won't be able to keep up with the views.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you motherfucker.
Gosh damn it. I'd love to hear what he's got to say.
Me too.
But before we get into all that stuff, because I'm sure we're going to have to hook up all the system and stuff, we'll have to take a break. Probably shotgun a drink or something, a drink or two. But before we get into that, you know, we kind of got cut off on the point where we were talking about the dinners that you were making and stuff like that and how delicious they were. But something that we could probably bring up is like, we're making dinners out of a new spot now.
Oh, we are, aren't we?
I didn't even realize. Like,
Oh,
can the cameras pick that up?
shit. We're in a different. Is this our house?
Wait, are we? Whose house is this?
I mean, should we go?
This isn't my furniture.
This isn't your. Yeah. No. I mean, that's your couch, but
But that's not. And neither is that.
I mean, this is my couch.
Is this our new spot?
Is it?
Are we in a new loft right now?
I think we fucking are.
I mean, as you might as well.
I fucking wish the viewers could see our fucking countertop. It's so fucking big.
It's big.
It's big.
It's big.
The
And
biggest countertop I've ever seen.
I only get to hear that it's big every so often. And this is one of those instances that I get to hear it.
Well, the AC is usually on, so.
What?
What?
I don't even know. Anyway. Yeah, so the other day I'm driving into a job and I get a message and they're like, hey, you know, the current people that are living there are going to be moved out by tonight. And I'm like, oh shit, you know, I'm like, okay, this is fucking happening, you know? So I call Maddie and I'm like, it's happening. Like, we're moving, like, get shit packed up. So she gets everything ready and we get home and we start pulling things out. I tore apart the entire bed, getting it ready just to move upstairs. If it got late enough to where we could just get the bed upstairs and we can sleep upstairs that night, it would have been good enough for me, you know? Well, come later on in the night, what ended up happening?
We were waiting on the call. We were told about, around 7 o'clock, we would get the keys and they'd let us know when they're completely out of the apartment. And we're waiting. 8 o'clock rolls around. 8:45 rolls around. And I'm like, Josh, please text the landlord. So he texts the landlord and she's like, oh, no, I haven't heard from him. Let me see. And they weren't finished by that time yet. So we had to wait till the next morning. So the excitement resulted for me in absolutely zero fucking sleep because I was so fucking excited to get upstairs. And she's like, I'll meet you guys at around 8 o'clock. Or no, she literally said, I'll meet you guys at 8 o'clock upstairs, give you the keys. 8 o'clock rolls around. I woke up at I never slept. But I was out of bed by 5.
You didn't sleep at all?
No, not that night.
Really?
I feel like it's fucked me up ever since. No, I didn't sleep that night, like at all. Like I would rest my eyes here and there, but it wasn't like I was sleeping at all. Like it was just like, check the time. Check the time.
Shut up.
Check the fucking time. No. So I get up, I get ready, fucking 8 o'clock rolls around, kind of like sitting there, fucking twirling my thumbs, rolling my shit into little balls, fucking nothing. So then 9 o'clock, and I'm like, Josh, please text her again. And she's like, oh, it is running late. See you guys around 10 or, you know, we didn't get the keys till 11. We did not get the keys till 11. Was that like one of the longest waits of my life? Absolutely. But you know what? We're here now. All our shit's moved in. We're good to go. Past is the past. We're good. We move forward.
No, that was a beautiful day, and we spent the entire day moving stuff in, and that night...
The amount of ass sweat that I had was fucked.
I know.
Up and down the fucking steps.
And try walking behind her up the steps. It was like...
My ass cheeks
out.
were slippery.
I almost passed out. But no, everything got moved in, and we just finished moving in. Today is Thursday, and we just finished moving in completely and moving things around on Monday. So we're just settling in, and it's been beautiful ever since. I mean, can't beat this place. Place is beautiful.
This is literally like so perfect to me. I couldn't be happier with this place.
Yeah.
The brick. Look at the brick. It's like my furniture was made for loft living, because I've had like a lot of furniture for a very long time. It's just my fucking style. Like this couch. Look at this couch.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I'm looking at it.
You like it? I love it. It's my couch. It's been my couch for like so long, but it's never like fit anywhere. It's perfect here. It fits right with the fucking style. I was made for a loft. I don't know what else to say to you. I was made for a fucking loft.
You're creeping me out a little bit.
Am I?
Yeah. Look at the couch. Look at it. Can you see the couch?
Look at the couch. Look at my dog. It was made for loft living.
That's unbelievable. What else do we have on topics for today besides calling your dad?
Ooh, shitting and throwing up at the same time. Oh.
I don't know what you want me to say about that. I've never shit and thrown up at the same time.
We wrote it at some point.
Okay,
we must
but
have been
I've
drunk.
never done that.
We have 2 things left. What do you want first? Realtors or fights?
Fights.
A certain fight. I might have started. Let's talk about the fight.
What fight?
I'm not proud to say it, ladies and gentlemen, but I started a fight at Wings.
Oh my God.
Using mustard as a weapon.
Well, no, because I think it all started.
It was those 3 guys from fucking New Orleans that thought they were hot fucking shit, and I wanted to tell them. You guys are more like fucking hot dogs. Here's the mustard.
That just pissed me off. I don't know why that pissed me off.
Hi, Charlie.
No, I think it was actually because you started off by squirting
Well,
mustard in my mouth. And when I pulled away, I already knew it was going to be a mess. And I pulled away.
But you still pulled away.
Because my mouth was overflowing.
Have you ever heard of, this means stop?
I had mustard overflowing out of my mouth.
So give me the stop. I didn't know how much you wanted. I wasn't going to deprive you of mustard. I was trying to be generous.
So I pull away and I get mustard all over my clothes. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah, you're right. It was all over you. Never mind.
Yeah. And so I look at her and I'm like, give me the fucking mustard.
You seen the sparkle in my eyes.
Yeah.
I had an idea.
I'm like, give me the mustard. So I squirted you with mustard. And that was the first offense of the night, was me squirting you with mustard. And you took it to a whole new level.
Because I'm like, if I'm going to leave this bar covered in mustard, so is fucking everybody else in this bitch is also going to leave the bar covered in mustard.
And the bartenders are just like,
Not giving a
no,
fuck.
they're just doing whatever they're doing. Meanwhile, there's like 4 mustard bottles being passed around the restaurant where everybody's just squirting everybody with mustard. And I'm sitting there shirtless now because my shirt was covered in mustard. And I'm like, I can't believe what is going on right now. And our waitress comes over and she's like, oh, what's going on? Why are you shirtless? And I'm like, did you not see what's going on right now?
Smell what's going on?
Yeah,
right
I'm like,
now?
there's mustard
Do you not
everywhere.
smell the aroma of mustard seed and fucking straight ass vinegar?
Yeah. I have to admit, those guys got you good before they ran off.
I chased those bitches out to the parking lot and they drove away in their stupid ass little fucking Honda Civic that goes,
Yeah.
I'm gay. I almost fucking got them. I was so pissed.
I'm just saying, though. That shit was stupid.
That was so fun. That was so fun.
I woke up. I lost a pair of shorts that night.
No, you didn't.
Are you kidding me? I looked at them the other day. There's clear mustard still on them.
You're colorblind as fuck. What are you talking about?
I know. I must be colorblind just enough to be able to see the mustard, though.
Okay, I'll try again.
You already dried them.
Was it mustard or shit, Josh?
Once you dry stains into clothes, done for.
Do you use what Greg said?
Vitamin C.
Something about, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But that night, that was supposed to be our last night drinking for a while.
Yeah.
It wasn't. We looked at each other. That was an eventful night for our last night drinking.
Oh, that was the same night we got locked in Sperry's, the basement of Sperry's.
Yeah, meanwhile, some employee comes down and is like playing some arcade game right next to us. And we're like locked in. And I'm like, how'd this guy get down here?
We're like, hi.
Yeah. And he just played it.
stuck.
He just played his game and then goes back upstairs. And I'm like, he was just right next to us.
But it's like, I mean, they didn't turn off the machine where you can still load your fucking game card. So it was like, we're stuck. But is that really a bad thing?
Yeah, I'm like, let's just
Like,
keep
we got
playing.
fucking cash, we got fucking credit cards. Like, keep this shit fucking loaded.
Let's just keep playing.
Go
And
play
that's what we
fucking
did.
Air hockey.
At one point, we spilled popcorn. Maddie was dragging around a table with us everywhere we went
Because
with our
there's
drinks
nobody
on
else
them.
fucking down there. So I'm like dragging our fucking
Yeah.
table
She
with
spills
us.
the popcorn. I'm like,
I did.
I gotta find a broom. And I just went right behind the counter. I'm talking like all of their alcohol is still in the fridges.
Exactly.
And I'm just standing behind the bar.
No locks.
Yeah, no,
We didn't touch them. We didn't touch them.
No,
We know better. But
yeah, no,
we
no,
could have.
I mean, I don't know. They may have been locked. I didn't try to open them.
I
But
did. They were locked. I mean, no, I didn't. No, I didn't.
where was I?
Getting popcorn.
Wow, you just
Wow.
taking it upon yourself.
I'm literally on the phone with my mom, and I'm like, yeah, we're locked in the basement. Oh. Sperry's.
You're unbelievable.
I didn't touch it. I know better. I wasn't going
Yeah.
to steal from a local business. I just wanted to, see if I could.
That night got wild
That was fucked. What else did we do after that?
because our phones were dead.
Oh, damn straight. Where did they die?
Mine died at Wrigley because we were meeting with Lisa Mott.
This is true. We also went to Wrigley. Oh, no, that wasn't the night that we seen Strays, was it? Or was it?
That was the
That
night.
was the night that we seen Strays.
Strays. Very good movie.
Such a good fucking movie. And not just like one of those fucking, oh, it's so heartfelt. No, my fucking abdomen hurt so fucking bad after leaving this fucking movie because I, at no point during this movie, stopped fucking laughing. Like, usually with comedies, they have like ups and downs and ups and downs and a couple funny one-liners here and there and there. No. If you want to fucking continuously laugh your ass off and you have a dog.
You don't have to have a dog. You just have to
You have to
understand like
relate.
dogs, like what dogs do. You know what I
Because
mean?
I don't think we would have laughed that hard if it was a movie about cats.
I fucking hate cats.
Same. I don't think we would have laughed at all. We probably wouldn't have gone to see it.
Maddie, I hate cats.
This is a terrible time to tell you, but there's a cat on the other side of me I was going to surprise you with.
Right out the window it goes.
It's a roach cat now.
It's a roach cat. Come on, we do have a lot of stray cats here in Port Huron. It's where Charlie comes into play. We let Charlie out at night. He's been fixing the problem.
Like, it's a squirrel, Charlie, leave it alone.
Yeah, unbelievable. But okay, so we got through the fight. We got through the this. We got through the that. The brick wall, dinner, lasagna, wedding ring. What are we on to now? What was what was the last thing we were going to talk about?
What? What? Oh, are you talking to me? Oh, okay. So the last thing on our list, I do remember writing this down at a bar.
I got something better. Please continue.
I'm waiting.
I think mine's better.
I'm waiting.
I think we could talk about how you just recently found yourself a little spokesperson gig.
I know, Charlie, right? No, this is true. This is very true.
I walked into Wrigley yesterday, and Maddie has cameras pointed at her with lights on her, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
You weren't supposed to say this.
What was going on?
What was going on was that I was introducing our weekly specials.
Please enlighten me, because I'd love to know. I'm serious.
I don't fucking know.
Didn't you announce them?
No, I announced it in a way that they could use it in other videos. Like, somebody else could do the voiceover. But I'd just be like, check out our specials this week. And then somebody else goes,
Fuck!
Flamin' hot fries and fucking...
Flaming hot
I
fries.
don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind.
Flamin'
We now have Taco Bell.
Check out our specials. Flaming hot fries.
You guys like Taco Bell? We got burrito horns.
Oh, can we talk about the Taco Bell truck that shows up at weddings? Oh, come on.
$725 for 25 guests to get whatever the fuck they want from this taco truck. We're going to need 2.
I don't think there's one person in Port Huron. I don't think there's one person in the United States of America that could sit there and go, I don't like Taco Bell. You would be the nerdiest motherfucker I've ever met in my entire life, because everybody fucking likes Taco Bell.
I hate what it does to my butthole. Like, fuck you.
Oh, I
We
can't
all
stand
hate
that
what
shit.
it does to our fucking butthole.
Listen, I might be weird, but I've never had an issue with Taco Bell. I've never had a morning issue with Taco Bell. I've never had it
See? Neither have I. Ever.
I think it's bullshit. I think it's a trend. People want to jump on a
It's a
trend.
trend.
They're like,
People want to talk about shitting themselves.
yeah, Taco Bell makes me shit
On 96.
myself. First of all, it wasn't 96, so joke's on you. And secondly,
94.
Charlie,
Fuck.
you're enjoying that itch a little bit too much, buddy.
Why is it? What's leaking?
Oh! All right. Moving on. There are too many fluids coming out of that dog tonight on this podcast. This is unbelievable.
He's itchy. Leave him alone. No,
Yeah, he
Bubba,
looks
you
itchy.
You want to say something? Do you like the new loft? Hello. Okay. Oh, he sneezed on the mic.
Oh,
That's
boy.
typical Charlie for you. I love
Gosh
you
damn it.
so much.
Okay. So, anyway, what was your topic before we got into the cooler topic of you being a spokesperson? Yeah, this is boring.
This one's a little up. Okay, do you have a better topic?
No. Please, by all means, I'd love to hear it.
Charlie, you're gonna need to sit. You're blocking my camera. People want to see me as much as they want to see you. They want to see me a little more. I'm just kidding. I love you. You're the cutest. Anyways, let's talk
About?
realtors who get licensed within the fucking week, and then they have a podcast telling you how you're wrong for doing the things you're doing in order to get a house.
You know, I
First of all, they're fucking younger than you. So, like, I don't know. I just, to me, that pisses me off a little bit.
there's a whole part of business that, like, for me, it's like there's not one particular real estate agent that I would ever call out on their practices and pick on them for what they're doing right or what they're doing wrong. But I gotta say that like real estate's one of those industries where it's like you don't see it like in the other big sales industries. You don't see it a lot. You don't see it in car sales. You don't see it in other sales, phone sales, whatever. But realtors, it's a little bit different. They go out of their way to put themselves more in the public eye. Usually, if you're going to buy a car.
And see, I can appreciate that. It's just when I mean, like, I'm not going to name drop, but like, there's a specific agent who is talking about, a certain type of property on one of their podcasts, and they're like telling you everything about it, and like, you got to buy it, and it's the best time. And then the conversation less than a week later, they're like, oh, I've never worked with that before. I have no idea what the fuck to do. Am I even doing this right? Like,
Yeah.
That's the part that gets me. Like, focus on what you know.
I think it's important to note that, like, in going along with what I was saying, like, I'm not disagreeing with you by any means, but going along with what I was saying, it's just for real estate agents in general, I feel like a lot of them miss the cue point on what is really important to talk about on social media. And I think that social media, you can get to a lot of different places on social media, but with realtors specifically, there's a lot of realtors out there that either like to just flash their life, you know what I mean? Like throw it in people's faces because let's face it, you know what I mean? If you're a rock solid realtor or if you have a lot of business as a realtor, you're making good money.
Yeah.
And so it's like a lot of them like to flash what they have in your face. A lot of them like to try to teach you things, and 90% of the time it's like it's just bullshit teachings. But I understand there's a whole point to like you find success in what you find your success in. Like nobody's gonna find success in the same way. I would never look at somebody more successful than me and try to replicate what they did for them to find their success. And the reason for that is because nobody else is going to find success the way that person found that success. That's why I don't believe in like inspirational speakers. When you go to like the Tony Robbins and when you go to like the other people that just get up on stage and flex what they have and flex their knowledge and stuff like that, it's entertaining. It gets you hyped up for a little bit. But I'm not going to find success in the same way that person found their success. I'm not going to be a Gary Vaynerchuk. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go out and go garage sailing in order for me to make a living and be able to support what I'm really trying to grow. You know what I mean? That's not my style. That's not what I'm going to do. And I'm going to find success in the way that I want to find success. And a lot of realtors out there think that it's their way or the highway. They think that they're a know-it-all. They think that that they have all the answers, that they did something right and everybody else is doing everything wrong. And that's the kind of, I just, the way that some agents handle themselves on social media, it bugs me a little bit because you're not going to be able to find, you can't teach me how to be successful in your shoes. You know what I mean? Like I'm in my own shoes. And I have to find success the way that I'm going to find success. And that's plain and simple. And you just can't follow. You just can't follow what other people have done.
Well, too, the fact of the matter is that because I feel like I myself have known a lot of people that will sit there and be like, content. It doesn't even matter what the fuck you post. Just get it out into the world. Post it. Like, doesn't matter how many likes it gets and shit like that. Well, to me, it's like, if your content is constantly fucking boring, when you do post good content, nobody's going to see it because people have stopped paying attention to you like a long fucking time ago. Like I see it all the fucking time, at least once a day from agents where they're sitting there, whether it's in their office chair or on I don't know, and like it just like a fucking chair in their car, and they've got their fucking double chin going, and they're sitting there talking about fucking interest rates in the most boring fucking tone possible. And you can blatantly tell, like, oh, this is a chore. Like, there's no passion behind what this person's talking about right now.
Yeah, and I mean, first and foremost, it's like the content needs to. No offense, but if I'm looking at, not even if I'm looking at buying a house, because I'm not looking at buying a house, but one day I'd like to buy a house. You know, and when I go on social media and stuff and I see these agents that are like talking about the interest rates, I don't give a shit. And as a consumer, as a realtor, I'm sure to you, it's like, yeah, it's important to know about interest rates. But as a consumer, no consumer gives a fuck about interest rates. You know what I mean?
Like they want to see like the fucked up shit that you find in houses. Like those are my most successful stories. Like don't get me wrong, I've tried going on my stories and talking about interest rates and shit like that. Guess what? I didn't lose any traction, but I didn't gain any fucking traction. Like that shit flopped.
I mean, the fact
sorry. The shit that I'm just gonna talk because I'm almost sorry.
No, it's just
the content of me finding fucked up shit in houses is what fucking popped off. And I'm not saying that's the way it is for everybody. It literally depends on your audience. But people want to be entertained. Like talking about interest rates every fucking day in your car, on your fucking couch, in your office chair with your fucking like this, looking down at the camera, the most boring tone possible. That doesn't fucking help. Sorry. Just tell me to pick the mic up.
The fact of the matter is I'm telling you right now, no consumer gives a shit about interest rates. I don't care where the interest rates are trending. If I want to buy a house right now, I'm going to buy a house right now. If I don't want to buy a house right now, I'm not going to buy a house right now. Sure, there are those one-offs that sit there and go, hey, listen, due to where the interest rates are and stuff like that. But I'm telling you right now, if people aren't buying houses right now, it's simply just people don't want to buy houses right now. Nobody wants to go online and watch people talk about interest rates. It's not going to happen. Nobody wants to go online and hear people like, if I'm going to buy a house, I want to know bottom line, what is the monthly payment on the house? If I want to go out and buy a car, I don't give a fuck how much the car costs. I don't care how much the interest rate is. I don't care how much money I have to put down. Tell me what it's going to cost me on a monthly basis. Is that in my budget? And that's what matters to people. And so the idea of, I see agents put charts up and I see agents put this up, and it's like, I don't know what the fuck and I was a realtor before.
And two, a lot of those charts, I hate saying it, but a lot of those charts are not fucking accurate because it's all dependent on your credit score. It depends on what the fuck you already own. Like none of those charts are a one size fits all.
Yeah.
Like those charts are bullshit half the fucking time.
And I want to make sure that people know that, like, I'm not trash talking one realtor. I genuinely want to see everybody be successful. And I might even start doing videos on this stuff, you know, where because with me, it's like there's so much that I have been provided with. There's so much, whether it's like knowledge, and I don't know everything in the world, but I know a lot of stuff. And I know just how to enjoy life specifically, you know, but I want to put out a whole series, and I might start making videos on this where it's like, hey, what kind of content should you be posting on social media as a real estate agent? No different than the conversation that we had today with the realtor. You know what I mean? And this guy, he specifically researches this stuff and teaches his agents what to be posted on social media. And it's not about how much can I post, but it's about the content that I am posting. You know, and because it is, if you're going to be boring to the consumer, nobody wants to work with you. If you're going to be boring to other agents, no agents are going to want to work with you.
Well, too, it's not you're not going to make everybody fucking happy. Like I could go out and serve as 10 families. Let's say 3 of those families didn't like me for my personality. There's another realtor out there for them. Like you just have to know, like you're not going to please everybody. You're not a fucking shapeshifter, none of that shit. You have to find your target audience and you have to make your content based on your target audience. If you want to work with people who are similar to you and similar personalities, keep it up. Fucking keep that shit up. If you want to work with people who are straight ass business, nothing more, nothing less, keep talking about the fucking interest rates, because but you're not going to appeal to people your age probably. It is what it fucking is.
Yeah. But with saying all that, going back to the main point of this conversation, yes, I do agree. When you're a newer agent, you have to find a way to get yourself out there in the market. And I don't necessarily think that social media is the way. I think that I've had conversations with loan officers. I've had conversations with just random people that they come up to me and they're like, hey, isn't so-and-so, didn't they just get licensed 2 months ago? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, so where do they have a basis to be able to talk about such and such? And I'm like, I get that. You know what I mean? At this point, it's just content that they're trying to put out there. And I get it. It's not about the people that you know. It's about the people outside of what you know. But realistically, if you're trying to work your circle, which is who you should be trying to work as a brand new agent, the concept shouldn't be, I'm going to be posting knowledge. It should be, I'm going to work my circle. And that's the fact of the matter. If you're a brand new agent, work your circle. Reach out to every single person in every single contact in your phone and let them know that you are a real estate agent. And if they need any help, or if they know anybody that needs any help, to let you know. And that's going to be your best referral base. You're not going to get referrals off of social media posting about how you might know about how to do vacant land. You know what I mean? It's just, you're not going to get any referrals based off of that. Mm-hmm. People see right through that. Too many agents are doing it nowadays. People see right through it.
Well, too, I think if you're a new agent, sit back and watch what everyone else is doing. Don't just instantly, as soon as you get fucking licensed, just start ripping off. Like, absolutely, don't get me wrong. Make a post, introduce yourself, but don't instantly start telling people what the fuck they need to do and what they're doing wrong. Like, you need to fucking take a step back, put those posts on social media to introduce yourself, put posts out there that are attracting new people that you haven't talked with before. Like something that I did that new realtors could do is I posted a lot of quizzes. At no point did I ever post a video telling people how to get approved for this or that or shit like that. But I would post quizzes and I would interact with the people in the like that helped me quite a bit. Like I actually got one fucking client from it. I posted like 10 quizzes, but one client out of fucking 10 quizzes. And I'm not saying that's what they need to do, but post interactive content, not just, hey, this is where the interest rates are at and this is what you need to fucking do. Take a step back, like fucking work in the real world. Yeah. Like social media is not the real fucking world.
No. And especially nowadays, I mean, it's just social media is not the number one place where you're going to find referrals. And people are just going to see through it. It's just, anybody, I could get on social media and talk about how I'm a millionaire. But I'm not a fucking millionaire. Yeah. I could probably build a brand no different than what some of these millionaires build and pretend to be a millionaire. And I could probably find success doing that. But I'm not going to do that because I'm not a millionaire. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm the real me, and I'm going to talk as if I'm the real me. I'm just a broke motherfucker that's living in Port Huron trying to make it every single day.
We've had people tell us that our podcast is completely unprofessional for our businesses. And if they want to feel that way, they can 100% feel that way because, yeah, maybe it's unprofessional for their business. Maybe some people do find, like, I'm sure people find it unprofessional, but it's not those people that we're making it for. We're making it for the people that do fucking enjoy it because there is people that fucking enjoy us sitting here talking, and it is what it is. Like, we've gotten a lot of traction just from doing stupid shit with microphones.
Yeah, but you look at it, and it's like you look at the way that the world is going nowadays, and people look at professionalism as something that it's really not. You know, a lot of people look at professionalism and maturity, and they try to make judgment calls based on, on the way that you act and the way that we have this podcast and oh my gosh, that's so unprofessional. Why would anybody want to work with you for doing this podcast? But look at the way that the world is going, and it's like some of the things that I've said to older folks, you know what I mean, out on jobs and stuff like that, and they crack up. And there's times and places. Obviously, you run into people that are like very strict and
as a board.
Yeah, and it's like you maybe, but even those people, you know what I mean, they open up. It's all about just getting your way through that whole that wall, and that's where you really start to enjoy people, and people really start to enjoy you. And so when you look at this stuff, it's like, especially nowadays, the decision makers in businesses and big businesses, the decision makers when it comes to home buying and stuff like that, they're getting younger and younger. Even the older folks that grew up in back, the older folks, even the decision makers are still younger, because it might be the kids that are now in charge of the house and stuff like that, and anybody can relate to this stuff. I don't get embarrassed by any stories that I have. No different than the 96 story. Me shitting my pants on 94.
Wait. Was it 96 or 94?
94.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I heard Oh. Can we get a replay?
Yeah, 94. I don't get embarrassed by that stuff. In fact, I talk to people about that stuff, and it's just another way for me to relate to people. There's not one person in this world that I don't think can ever say that they've never shit their pants. And if you haven't shit your pants, you've come damn motherfucking close. And it's like nobody
comes back down to shitting your pants.
Yeah, it's like I didn't do it on purpose, and neither did you. You know what I mean? But we both know that each other has shit their pants before.
I watched a guy shit his pants on purpose once.
Okay, that's a whole different story.
I gave him $5.
Okay. What?
What?
But with
Hi, Brandon.
Yeah. Holy shit. But with saying all that, it's important to note that like all that does is build rapport with more people. There's not a lot of people that are willing to talk about that kind of shit. But
drop.
But
damn, what a shitty conversation.
That's unbelievable.
Where do we get this shit
We're
from?
talking about a lot of fluids. We had cum, we had puke, and now we got shit. But,
liquid shit.
But it's important to note that the people that are listening to our podcast, there's only a select few people that don't like the podcast. The majority of the people enjoy the podcast. They enjoy seeing the real side of who we are, and it's relatable. Mm-hmm. People, whether you drink or whether you don't drink, you like going out and having fun. And that's all we're doing is having fun. And if you can't have fun, I don't want to work with you. You know what I mean? Like if you are that stiff that you don't let anybody in to the point where like, if you try to make a joke with me, I'm not going to laugh. I don't want to work with you. That's not fun for me. You know what I mean? I want to work with people that I can make laugh, that they can laugh with me, and we can just... I had to go on a drive with a realtor the other day for 7 hours straight, and we had a blast. You know what I mean? It's just, we're just shitting and giggling back and forth. He was tickling me. I was tickling him. It got weird.
Moving on. We've both gotten good opportunities, believe it or not, from the podcast.
Yeah, but this isn't something where we need it. This isn't something that we're bragging about.
It's not. Yeah. No, not at all. But it's like, it's gonna appeal to some people, and the other people, they're gonna fucking hate it. And it is what it is. Like, we cannot fucking please everybody.
Yeah. But if you're looking for good quality content, if you're looking for good quality, fun, entertaining, people are gonna tune in. They want to hear what's next. They're excited for next week. If you want to jump on board, we'd love to have you on the podcast.
We're always looking for guests.
We're always looking for guests. And we've done the last few. The last few have been a little bit last minute of planning on our parts, but we're trying to get back into it. And we kind of fell off a little bit over summer. We both got a pretty crazy busy. There was a bunch of changes.
Summer.
Yeah, there was a bunch of changes.
A lot of changes. A lot of White Claws. A lot of
But we're certainly looking for more guests and more people to be able to come on here and just fucking shoot the shenanigans with us, you know, because that's all it is we're just, I'm chilling on the couch right now. You're chilling on the couch right now. Charlie keeps hopping up on the couch, flashing his butthole. And I mean, we're just having good fun with that, you know. But with saying that, we got to finish this off here soon.
Let's cut it.
Let's give your dad a ring.
Let's not. I guarantee you he's sleeping.
Gosh, damn it. Okay, then that's that. Guys, this has been Boozy. Clean at it.
Join us next time when I call my dad.
Boozy Blueprints.
Boozy fucking blueprints.
Clean at it.
Oh. We're going to have to blur Charlie's asshole.
Oh, god damn.
You flushed it a couple times.
Why do you keep checking yourself out in the mirror?
Which mirror? There's two that I'm looking at myself in.
Oh, you're fucked. Okay, guys, it has been Boozy Blueprints. I hope that you guys had fun. We certainly had a good time. We did not shotgun today. Don't worry. We're shotgunning right after this.
It was a bit more of a serious episode, I feel like.
The ending got a little bit more serious, but
Well, it's just something that fires me the fuck up. What do you want?
it fires you up.
Fires me up.
You know what? I could go on for another hour about shit that fires me up.
But we gotta go.
About life.
We got places to be.
We got places to be. But seriously, guys, if you guys want to hear some content on how to be genuinely happy, about how to genuinely enjoy life, about what you should be posting on social media, what you shouldn't be posting on social media, I can tell you one thing right now: to not post on social media. Do not show a picture of your butthole. Plain and simple. That's the first and foremost.
Oh, that's another topic I want to talk about. But let's not. I get it.
Does somebody show their butthole on social media or something?
I get it. No. I mean, damn close. That's all I'll say.
Holy smokes.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, guys, we are out of here. Maddie Churchill, Josh Myers,
See ya.
Charlie Puth.
Don't disrespect Charlie Bear like that.
Charlie Bear.
His middle name's actually Daniels, in case you're wondering. But
Charlie Daniels.
yeah,
After Jack Daniels.
you won't get it. Okay. Everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate you listening. This has been Josh Myers, Natalie Churchill.
Boozy Blueprints. We
Boozy
out.
Blueprints.
Guys,
We're out.
Have a great time. See you next week.